We are live on Sunday night. Today is the 17th of May. Let's see. We're just waiting for some people to pop in. My name is Jonathan Lewis. I am a psychic medium and I go live like Sunday nights on here on YouTube. I like to call this segment Building Connections, where we like to connect people with their loved ones on the other side and also talk about things regarding metaphysical. And there we go. It's funny, you guys all pop in one shot. Happy Sunday, D. Lusky. Hello, Daniela. Hey, Laura. Hey, Kathy. Hey, healing is living. Cool. Hey, Rach. Bear lover. Missed you last week. Well, you didn't miss me. I missed you. I didn't go live last week. Sorry. Last weekend was crazy. Hey, Wildfire. Hey, Laura. Oh, thanks, Laura. Sharon. Hello, Sharon from Michigan. Happy Sunday, Jen Ben. If you guys have a TikTok account, I don't know if you do or not. I'll eventually get it over to here on YouTube as well. But I put up a post today about leftovers. uh, if you get a chance, go check it out. Yeah, all right. Rach, I hate leftovers. You know what? It depends on what it is. It really does depend on what it is. Most of the time, I won't touch them. We had Mother's Day at my house. My mom came here, and we wouldn't let her do anything. Me and my sisters kind of like did everything, made sure we had Mother's Day. And when it was done, you know what? And my sister's boyfriend cooked dinner. He made chicken cacciatore, which is an Italian dish. He did a great job, and it was really cool that he made it. So we basically just showed up, and he made dinner, so that was good. And at the end of dinner, there was like a pot of spaghetti left. It was like like a little bit of a lot of spaghetti left, and there was some stuff that went with it. And I looked at my mother, and I'm like, nobody's gonna eat this. And then my son said, he goes, I'll eat it. And my mom said, okay, see, he's gonna eat it. I'm like, he's not gonna eat it. She's like, he will. He just said he was gonna eat it. I'm like, I've been living with him for years. Like, I'm telling you, he's not going to eat it. And they basically both convinced me that he was going to eat it. So I documented it since May 10th. I've been documenting it every single day. I went to the refrigerator. So if you want to see the end result of that, just go check it out on TikTok. I'll eventually post it here as well. But okay, it might be a little petty, but I had fun doing it. Oh, hey, Madeline, you're welcome. Ta, 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 ta. Yeah, no spoilers, Jen. I'm not going to tell you the ending of the post, but you could kind of take a guess. Mm-mm-mm. So how's everybody doing? I didn't really have much. I did nothing today. I woke up. What did I do? I woke up. I did some stuff like planning for some posts. Uh, exercised. I ate. That's about it. That's all I did today. It's like my first day. I didn't do anything, so I'm a little sluggish. When I don't do stuff, I get sluggish. You just got off work, Kristen? Oh my God. Yeah. Uh, Downtown Charlie Brown just got off work. That's crazy. You guys just got off. I'm so sorry. You know what? I'm not gonna brag anymore. They did nothing today because then I feel bad. People are just getting off work. You work retail? All right. Well, you know what? I had a really busy day today. Yeah, it was crazy. I was just all over the place. I was just like doing stuff and I had no free time. And my God, I'm surprised they even made it to the live tonight. Uh, let's see. Rach, how's your spring been? How's your spring been there weather-wise? Not bad. A little chilly, you know? It's been a little chilly here. It's kind of weird. Dad's doing well. Thanks, Catherine. Uh, you're welcome. I'm glad to be here. Let's see. Yeah, it's been chilly. It's been raining, but that's normal for spring, right? But we're already in the middle of May. So, I mean, I remember years ago when I was a kid, like middle of May was hot. There was none of this going on. But, things are changing, whether we want to realize it or not. Lydia just said, I don't know how you can keep up with all these comments. I read so slow. So they're moving a little slow for me right now, but thank God. But when these things get moving, I'm like, and I'm on to the next one. And the next one. I can't keep up with them. 85 in Chicago today. Wow, that's great. That's amazing, Kathy. Uh, Northern Nevada is a little chilly. Oh, we'll get a little weather report here. Summer's coming, yes. Um, hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. All right, we got 68 people. We had 75. Where'd they go? Somebody just asked me if I'm a grandfather, and then Beth said he's way too young to be a grandfather. Surprise. Uh, yeah, I'm a little older than I look, I guess. People tell me I look younger, but I'm definitely older than I look. Uh, Arizona's always hot. Bear Lover said, come to Arizona. It's hot here. It's always hot in Arizona, isn't it? Except at night. I remember I've been to Arizona a few times, and during the day it was super hot, and then at night it was chilly. I was like, what's going on here? But I guess the desert doesn't hold on to the heat at night. Oh, Simply Punky Peaches. Interesting that you just wrote that. Yes, it was nice in Long Island, Laura. All right. So anyway, you know what? I didn't have a topic tonight. I just wanted to go live for a little bit, say hello, because I said I would. So therefore, I'm here. Maybe talk about a few things. Nothing really struck me much. I did a lot of readings this week. Whoa, a lot of readings this week, and I did 5 on Saturday, back to back, and they went smooth. I'm trying to think of like if there was a pattern or something that I could say was kind of consistent through all of them. I should have thought of that before I went live, right? That would have been smart. But I can't say there was. They were all very different, which was kind of cool. But I know there's a new moon in Taurus right now. Again, I don't know much about astrology, but I know there's a new moon in Taurus, and things are a little bit awkward right now. So, um, my guides told me not to expect a lot from people, period, for the next few days. Like, just kind of let things fly, nothing to get upset about. Everything's good. East East on why can't I read when they're all together? East on Demers. That's what it sounds like. 15. I remember like several years ago seeing you in Syracuse and it was so cool and then everywhere. Yeah, I was in Syracuse. I used to go to Syracuse all the time. Maybe I'll go there. Maybe I'll go there. I used to go to Syracuse a lot. I was actually on the radio show. I can't remember what radio station that was back then. I think they're still around. 92 or 93 something. And I did like an event up there for them one night. That was cool. But I haven't been back there in a while. You know what? You just put Syracuse on my map, east on Demers. I know I'm saying that completely wrong, but um, Chris says hello to everybody. Welcome. Oh, it's Melissa. Okay. That's easier to remember. Why don't you just put Melissa on there? Wait a minute. Are you the Melissa I read this weekend? Just out of curiosity? because I know I read a Melissa this weekend. Somebody else is like, my name's Melissa too. How many Melissas we got on here anyway? Hey, Lynn. Good evening to you as well. Okay. Oh no. Okay, it's not the same one. Okay, all right. Yeah, I know I read a Melissa this weekend. Come to Buffalo. I'll bring everyone I know. Rach, come to Buffalo. I'll bring everyone I know. I've heard that before, Rachel. Come here, come here. I'll fill the room. I'm like, uh-huh, uh-huh. Would I ever be willing to play Angels live for you? Hell fucking no. That's never happening. That's never happening. I will, you know what I will do though? Oh no, I can't do it right now. I was gonna show you the piano I have, but if I take this phone away from this microphone, it'll like disconnect. You won't hear me. Um, Anybody got anything interesting to bring up? Well, I appreciate you saying that about me, music. Thank you. Well, I'm on. Somebody just said you're hilarious saying the F bomb. I can say whatever the hell I want on here. This is YouTube. I can say fuck. I can say shit. I can say anything I want to. I mean, I'm going to curb it. I'm going to be, I'm going to be respectful in certain places. But yes, when I get going, I can say whatever the hell I want. And I know it's late on a Sunday night, so I appreciate you guys being here tonight. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Uh, I remember, okay, quick story. I remember when I was younger, and my mom's very proper. My mom does not, curse or anything like that. And we were watching a movie, and it was like late at night. It was me, my parents, and my sisters were all sitting around, and we were watching a movie. And we were kind of younger at the time, and it was a cool movie, but there was a lot of the F bomb in there, right? The movie had the F bomb all through it, and it's funny when you're a kid watching movies with your parents, you get a little uncomfortable with that kind of stuff, but not a big deal. And the next day, we're having breakfast at the table. My mother's at the sink, and she's talking, and me and my sister said something about the movie. And she goes, "Yeah." My mother goes, "It was a good movie." She goes, "But what's with the word fuck? Everything's fuck, fuck, fuck." And I'm like, "Whoa, mom, back up, right?" It was like, this is a funny moment. She just said the word like 17 times in like a half a minute, and I was just like not used to that. And to this day, my mom is now 80, and she still like does not like to say words like that. My daughter has a business with the word bitch in it, which is great. And we talk about that. My mother doesn't like that. My sister will call her boyfriend bitch once in a while as a joke. And my mother's like, stop calling him that. And we can't say the word bitch. She does not like it. She gets really flustered when we say things like that. So it's kind of funny. And I remember when I was also younger, hearing my father curse for the first time because he would never curse in the house. Right. And I went to work with him, and he's a builder. And we were sitting, I was in the car, and he was out in the street talking to some guy, and he was telling a story, and he's like throwing like every word you could think of there. And I'm going like this. That's all I did. I just sat there like that. And I must have been like 7 or 8, something like that, maybe 8 or 9, maybe 9 years old. And I just remember my dad cursing for the first time. Great memories. A lot of fun, a lot of fun. Yeah, please curse away. Keeping it real. Absolutely. And my second daughter, who's now 30, 31. Sorry, I'm losing track. My second daughter, who's now 31, loves to curse, and she'll just say whatever the hell comes to her head. And it is so funny to watch my parents' reaction to see their granddaughter curse constantly. But it's a lot of fun to watch. Oh. And it's really funny when babies curse or little kids curse. Like if they're around their parents and they curse, you're like, oh, where'd they get that from? Where do you think they got that from? They got that from their parents. Uh, oh, thanks, Catherine. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. He was 29 that day. Yeah, they're all getting older. My youngest son's going to be uh, 28 in June. He's my youngest of four. Justin, yeah, well, she was a paramedic. She is now in medical school. She wants to be a doctor. So thanks for asking that, Just a normal, just a normal cat. Oh, see, I read it right. Yeah, Catherine, my dad was definitely laughing in that video. My dad used to love my humor when we were younger. I was very sarcastic. We would be on the job site and somebody would like rip into us or like try to rip into us like comically wise. And my dad would just step back and let me go because I would just like tear them apart. I used to love to be sarcastic humor was my thing. Absolutely loved it. And then I realized that it actually is not it's not always nice, you know? So I kind of cut back on it, kind of like curb myself a little bit. Yeah, I'll call people a smartass, Catherine. Absolutely. I'll have fun with that. Everybody knows I'm joking. Everybody knows I'm having fun. I really am. If I wanted to get nasty and annoyed, I would just walk away. I wouldn't call you anything. That's what I always tell people when there's certain people that are like that too in life. You know those people, right? They don't when they're joking around, even if it's like not nice, they think they're having fun. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but they think they're having fun. When somebody gets super quiet around you and stops talking, that's when they're mad. That's when they don't like you. A lot of different things. You know what I will bring up? Here's what I will bring up. I know I got a little heavy here last time I was on here, but I will bring up the fact that I've been watching a lot of stuff on TikTok because it's easier to watch on there. And there's a lot of negativity out there. And I don't mean like, politics and all that kind of stuff. We know all about that. I'm talking about the horrors that are out there. Like people are becoming more im I guess, more confident with talking about their pasts and talking about things that hurt them or people that hurt them. And they're being a little more boisterous about it and they're talking about it. And I think it's really great that they're doing that. I think it's really great that they actually could come to the place of recognizing that it's more important to release that negativity in their life than to hold on to it. But I can't believe how much of it there is. There's so much of it. I mean, there's just devastation and sadness and destruction and fear everywhere you turn. And I love the fact that it's getting out there, and I love the fact that people are supporting it. When you see somebody talking about something that really happened in their life that was horrible and traumatic, I love looking over at the hearts, and you see like there's like 50,000 hearts or 60,000 hearts. To me, that's a big deal. I think that's really cool that those people can get that kind of support from basically practically strangers. Um, does it do anything? No, but it's kind of nice to know that people actually do kind of think about those things when they come up and they actually have an opinion. And that the fact that most of us really do believe in the good parts or want things to be good. I think that's the most important thing to walk away from with this is to understand that people are inherently good. There's things in this life that turn them or make them not good or make them kind of unbearable or whatever it is that you're dealing with around them. But they weren't born like that. Nature versus nurture, right? Yeah, there's a lot of trauma out there. There's a lot of negativity that happened to people, especially young people today that I'm seeing a lot of. You know, it's sad. It's sad that I don't know people could be that mean and horrible to each other. And there's a lot more trauma out there than you realize. There's a lot more people that went through very traumatic things in their lives than anybody cares to even know or comprehend. So for those people that do come forward and kind of talk about their experience in a way so that others can learn from it or recognize that they're not alone, I have nothing but uh, absolute respect for those people. Uh, yeah. So again, I appreciate you guys being here. If you're new, my name is Jonathan Lewis. I am a psychic medium. I basically read people. That's what I do. I connect them with their loved ones on the other side, day in and day out. I think I did 16 readings this week, which is cool. 16? 1, 4, 8, 5, 16. I did 16 readings this week. For anybody that's on here. Oh, by the way, too, I took down my Zoom group for May sold out. So sorry you missed out. I'm just kidding. Uh, but I took my Zoom group for June down because it was a Sunday one, and I found out it was a bad day to have a group. So I put another one up for July. I think it's July 28th. Okay, it's a Tuesday night from 8 to 11. I'm gonna keep them at nighttime. So if anybody's, was hoping I would do another one at night, that's the next one. So if you get a chance, if you want to be part of that, go check it out. You can just check out the Stan Store link in my bio here as well. Uh, oh, Kathy, you read me this week and it was amazing. Oh, thank you, Kathy. The $50 is in the mail. Just kidding. Kathy did that on her own. I did not, bribe her to write that. But I appreciate the compliment, Kathy. Thank you. Marilyn, I read you too, Marilyn. Marilyn just wrote me too. Okay, is there anybody I didn't read? No, I'm just kidding. Uh, Good. Well, do I remember Marilyn? Oh God, I'm so bad at remembering stuff. Um, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I did read you. Okay, Marilyn. Cool. That's cool. Danielle, you read me a couple of months ago, maybe longer, but you really gave me peace. Oh, that's cool. That's the nicest compliment you can give me. That's really the goal of it, is to have closure. Um, this work's changing. It just really is. Rach, I know it's far, but my son's getting married in June and is overseas, so I'm gonna be gone for like 2 weeks in June, and it was just jamming up. So, I was like, "Oh, where you getting married?" He's like, they're going to Cyprus." I'm like, "Cyprus?" I'm geez, can we just get married here, like somewhere in New York, So they're going to Cyprus to get married. So we're all trekking over to Cyprus, and that should be fun. But yeah, I'm gone for like 2.5 weeks. So I figure I just move it to July. But I'll be going live in between. But again, so I have that Zoom group is July 28th. Okay. It's a Tuesday night, 8 to 11. If you guys haven't been in my group before, try it out. I think people that have been in it do appreciate it. At least that's what the feedback is. I hope I'm not getting like, patronized, but um, it, you know, they're good. I have a lot of fun with them. And I really get good people that go in the groups. I love that. The last few groups I've done have been, the people have been amazing. So I really appreciate you guys as well, because it does matter. Your energy is very important when I do a group reading session, because the energy has to be open. Everybody's energy has to be in the right place. If there's somebody in the group that's like this, like that, I can usually spot them out in the beginning, and I'll usually either put a bubble around them or I'll try to read them first. Mm. Cloud Dreamer, any memorable themes from the groups? There's always a theme. There's always a theme. Um, the last one that I did, the last groups that I did, I would say the biggest theme was people feeling alone. You know, a lot of the people that I read were almost like the last ones in their family or the last ones to still be here. Like if their like siblings passed or their parents passed. And a lot of people I read this week too, a few people I read this week, were like the last ones, and that's sad. That's hard to swallow, because you know you miss everybody, and I know a lot of people live in the past. So if there's any advice I could give you around that, I would say don't try not to live in the past. try to live, moving forward. You're allowed to visit the past, but you don't want to stay there. That's a very sad place to stay because life has to keep moving. We have to keep learning our lessons. That's what they want for us. They want us to keep learning our lessons. So when you're moving forward, they're moving forward with you, even though they're on the other side. And a lot of you here, have lost parents, or siblings even. Just know that they are with you. That's all you need to know. And that's really the goal of every time I do a mediumship reading, whether it's private, public, or a group session. The ultimate message is because a lot of people are like, oh, is there a message? You gave me a lot of information, but I know they're here. Somebody said to me last week, matter of fact, they're like, listen, you've made it very clear you have my mom and dad with you. She goes, I understand that fully. I get it. I believe that you have my mom and dad. But is there a message? I almost made me want to hang up on them, to be honest. Because like that is the message. The message is we're not alone. All right. Um, so anyway, that was fun. Let's see. Yep, the message, the validation is the message. That is the goal. I mean, they can help us out with stuff too, though. Don't get me wrong. Um, I follow some mediums on here. I do watch a lot of them, just like for a few seconds here or there, just to get an idea of what's going on out there. But there's a lot of good stuff out there too. John Edward, obviously, he's a great medium. Andy Ray, I watch her often. I love the information that she comes through with, and she's kind of trying to shift the way people look at mediumship in a way. So I kind of hats off to her for that. It's not about doom and gloom. It's not about things ending, but about our loved ones on the other side having conversations with us, giving us information. I think that's her new slogan on um, her 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 bio too, is that normal conversations with loved ones. I love that. I think it's great. So I love seeing new ways of doing things or improvement on how things are when it comes to mediumship and the work. So I'm all open for that. I do not like scamming. I do not like people stealing other people's information. I do not like a lot of what I see out there. So again, once in a while, it's kind of cool to see something that's kind of fresh and new and kind of moving in the right direction. I really do have a lot of hope when I watch somebody new, like especially on TikTok, and I'm like, oh, they're new. I haven't seen them before. And I'm kind of sitting there going, like, come on, like, let's see how you do this. Like, do this right. And I don't care if you get things right or not. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the consistency. I'm looking for the commitment. I'm looking for like sticking to your information and saying that's what you're getting, not the flip floppy kind of stuff or the generalization of information where it's kind of like all over the place, where you could kind of like say it can apply in 5 or 6 different ways. I like specificity. Specificity. I can never get that word right. So when I see that from somebody, I don't care if the sitter's going no to every single thing they say. I don't care. It just means to me that that person's coming from the right place. They're sticking to their info. And that means that they'll eventually get to where they need to go when it comes to the work. So that's cool. And if you're one of those people, hats off to you. Yeah, I'm not a person of words. Sometimes I can see a word in my head, but it will not come out of my mouth. Or if it does, it comes out with other extra letters. Like I did a post a little while back on TikTok for M&Ms. It was just a post I did about M&Ms. And I was adding an extra M. I was going M&Ms. And I kept saying it like M&Ms. I'm like, why am I adding an extra letter? I go, hello. It's really simple. Since I was 2 years old, it's M&M. Like, why would I add an extra M? But I did through the whole stupid post too. Who's got allergies? Hey, happy aura helpers. Anybody got allergies right now? Like you can hear it in my voice. I have a little bit of an allergy. I have like I'm very allergic to pollen, so I try to stay away from it. I mean, it makes my voice cool, but my throat's like yep, a lot of people rage. Yep. So you're checking my cabinet. I love it. You know what I didn't do though? I didn't take Zyrtec this year. I'm only doing eye drops and nose spray. I'm doing the Flonase for allergies, and I'm doing eye drops, and then that's it. And once in a while, I'll use an inhaler. But I'm trying not to take any of the other stuff because it like you retain water when you hold on to that. It makes me miserable. Marilyn, you opened up my intuition. I had a cool connection Friday. I love hearing that. That's awesome. I love that kind of feedback because that's really the goal here, you know? The goal is to get people to understand the work better. That's really why I want to be on here. I know we're not really talking about the work right now, but that's really my goal. My goal is to be on here to let you guys know that I'm no different than you are. I'm just a regular person doing a regular job, doing his regular thing, who happens to be able to connect with dead people. That's all. Nothing weird about it. No, Tammy, I do not do past life regression, although it's kind of cool if you can get somebody good to do it. The person that did it for me years ago is no longer with us. But I really can't recommend anybody because I don't know anybody that does it. But it's really a cool thing if you find somebody who's well, who's been doing it a while and it is recommended. I would suggest doing that. Uh, Whoa, some of these questions are what? Um, I learned a lot about myself when I did it. I thought I was making up the whole thing. When I did my past life regression, I really thought I was making it up. I was coming out with dates, locations, names of things, like words of things that don't make any sense. Like I didn't know what they were because it wasn't my language. That's why I was coming out with words that had nothing to do with like English. And when I was all done, when I was finished with the whole session, whatever, luckily we have Google, right? So I just plugged all that stuff into Google, literally brought me right to where I was, explained the whole thing, and it literally all clicked together. So I knew it was real, you know? I wasn't making it up. Because you think you are making it up. When you do a past life regression, you think you just like, you know, and then I saw, like that's what you think you're doing. By the way, I've never smoked marijuana, but I like to joke around about it. Uh, yeah, it was kind of cool. It was really, really cool. So I do recommend it if you can do it. It kind of brings you an understanding of things. I've talked about it on here before. So yeah, when you have dates lining up with names of things, lining up with locations that you've gotten, like it all works and lines up, it's kind of going like, okay, I guess I was there, you know? No, never. Who just asked that? Lettier. She said, never. Like, you never did, you never smoked a joint? And I was like, no, I never have. I just never have. Can you imagine me on pot? Forget about it. Well, actually, that's not true. No, it's true. I've never done it, but I'm just trying to think like how I would be on that stuff. I'd probably be going like, I would probably have like a whole room full of people that don't exist. That's what would happen. Yeah, no drinking, no smoking, no nothing. Just the boring. Just working. Uh, no, bear lover. Do your relatives ever intrude in a reading? No, never. They would never. First of all, my guides wouldn't allow that because my guides do protect the space that I work in, right? So they, like who's, show me your ID, all right, you can come in, right? That kind of thing. But my loved ones would know, like that's not a place for them to break into anyway. So they would never do that. When I'm reading, I'm reading. That means I'm working. So I'm only connected to the person that I'm talking to or on the phone with. Good for you, Rach. I love it. Catherine, have you ever regretted doing any reading ever? Yeah, sure. Not because of who came through, though. It's because of the person I was reading. hmm Yeah, I've actually had to end quite a few readings, like 10 minutes in. Like, this is not happening. And it's just because their headspace they're not in the right headspace for the reading. They just aren't. They're looking for something. They're grasping for something. They're desperate for something to happen in the reading rather than letting the process happen. You guys know that when I read, at least, or when mediums read, it doesn't go like the way that we want it to. It goes the way it needs to. So things will come through in a way that hopefully that person will be able to validate and confirm so we can keep things moving. That's all. But they don't want to hear about, everybody else. They don't want to hear about dates. They don't want to hear about, anniversaries or health issues or names, or they just want like what they want, and that's it. And they think that they could sit there. Sometimes people think this. They could sit there and then ask you as the medium, like, this is what I want to hear. Like, oh, that's nice. That's not how this works. It's like lightning striking. You can't make lightning go where it wants. It's got to go where it wants to. My job's to follow the lightning strike and then get that information, interpret it, and then give it to you. So if you're going to go for a reading, all I would tell you is stay very, very open. Every medium reads differently. They might sound the same. We might all sound like we're doing the same thing, but we're not. Every reading is different. Every medium has their strong points, their weak points, things that come through in a certain way for them that would maybe relate for you better. If I've read somebody before, they might say to me, like, when I always ask the question, have I read you before? Yeah. Well, when was the last time I read you? And if they say to me, well, it was like a year and a half ago, I'm like, great. And then they'll say something like, yeah, it was like, this happened and that happened. And I'm like, well, that doesn't mean it's going to happen this time, like, stay open. It can go like completely different. So it's never the same thing twice. And that's what I want. I don't want same thing twice. Um, Marilyn, but every reading is different. You've read me 4 to 5 times. That's cool. That's cool to hear. And I will ask that question. If I know I've read somebody quite a few times, I will ask them, like, somebody, I know I've read somebody like 12 times, 12 or 13 times over the years. And I will always say to them, like, is it still different? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, good. The beauty of me as your medium is I don't remember shit. I just don't remember anything. When I'm done, I'm out. Like, I shut down. I'm like, what's for dinner? I don't think about the readings. I don't go back to them. There's nothing that I carry about the reading, which is an advantage for me, believe it or not. Because if I recognize you, like if I said, oh, hypothetically it's Marilyn, right? If I said, oh, Marilyn, I read her, all of a sudden the last reading will just flood. It would flood into my head. And then that would get in the way of me doing my job because I wouldn't be able to be open objectively. I would be almost subjective in it, right? But if I don't remember anything, it's a blessing because that means I could just open up to whatever needs to come through. And if I'm really a medium, they'll put whatever I need to see in my head. So it's bad to kind of remember stuff. That's why I always say at least 6 to 8 months between readings. I prefer a year. It just completely blanks it out. And then if I know you, there's a couple that I read that have a farm, and I remember his name, like I remember him, and he's got a particular accent. And I know when he calls, or when I call them, like I know it's them, right? I've read a lot of people with the same name, but I won't know until I call because I only get a first name and a phone number. And I, I'll just know it's him, and I'll be like, listen, I know this about you, I know that about you, and I know this about you. So if certain people are coming through, they're gonna have to give me different, information so we know it's them. Also, I really, really do stress with spirit that if I've read somebody more than once or 3 times or 4 times, I want a lot of current events. I need current events because those are the only things that kind of separate, the past from what's happening. So if I get a lot of current events, obviously that did not come up in the last readings, and it can be used to validate who's coming through. So current events are very, very helpful in those kind of readings. Um, mm, Somebody just asked me if I've heard of somebody from this place, the other place. I don't know anybody. My sister asks me all the time, all the time. Hey, have you heard of this person? I'm like, no. Hey, have you heard of this person? No. Hey, do you know this guy? Nope. I don't know them. I just don't know. Probably because I don't care on some level, to be honest. But I don't really hold on to that kind of stuff. So even if I read or I've seen somebody before read, I don't even remember them. There's a few of them out there that I watch, not because I have a choice. It kind of lands on my page, but I will watch them once in a while. But I don't really hold on to any of that stuff. One above. After you read, do you need M&Ms? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. Why not? Yeah, Cynthia, I'm going to read somebody in the comment section. I'm going to do that shortly. I have Cadbury chocolate, and I got the big bars, so I keep those at my desk. So once in a while, I'll pop a cube of that. That's about as risky as I get. So again, if you're on here and you're new, or you're just watching, or you're laying in bed and you're snoring, you won't know what I'm going to say next. But I do have a Zoom group coming up in July, July 28th. It's the next one I have posted. It's a Tuesday night from 8 to 11 p.m., 10 people maximum. I read everybody in the group, and I'm there for 3 hours minimum. All right. So if you're going to be part of a group, you better be ready to like stay up. A little caffeine, make sure you ate ahead of time. And we have we just keep going. It goes quick. Uh, Happy hour helpers. My other half is snoring right now. Well, he's probably working very hard. Chocolate from Iceland. Beth Kaplan, you need chocolate from Iceland. Amazing. Why is it amazing from Iceland? Like, what makes it amazing? I'm gonna write that down. Chocolate from Iceland. Iceland. I'm a chocolate fan. Beth's answer. It just is. Thank you, Beth. Well, I appreciate your devotion, Happy Aura. Happy Aura Help us just wrote, I have been up for 38 hours. I'm assuming he wasn't. LOL, and still listening. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. So again, what do you guys want to ask me around the work real quick? I'll do those for a few minutes. I'll do a few comments. I'll answer those, and then I'll do a reading quick. Do you have to It's a conversation happening without me here. Catherine wants to know about the tarantula that came through. Okay, so that was a reading I did for a mom who lost her son, and her son came through, and he brought through the tarantula with him. So that was kind of cool. And you know, he, you have that moment of wondering, like, is he just talking about the tarantula so that I know he had one and his mom could validate it? No, no, the tarantula came through first. So that was the cool part. Like, somebody had a tarantula. She's like, what? I go, I'm seeing a tarantula. She's like, I'm seeing one on the other side. She's like, yeah, my son did. And that's how her son came into the reading. So that was kind of cool. So animals and pets can be lead-ins for me. And I'll tell people, if I see a dog first, like, the dog will have like a leash on it. And then like the dog walks forward and then pulls the person in my head into the reading. So I can have pets pull people into the reading. It doesn't have to be their pet, but it's got to be connected to them in some way, like around the family or friends like that. But that's kind of cool. That's why I know our pets are with us on the other side, because they can come through with the people that either were in their lives, or they come through with the people that are connected to the ones I'm reading, and then it'll bring them through for them. So it's kind of cool. Uh, Mr. BS Automotive Essentials. It didn't tell me you were live. Did I miss much? Well, good night, everybody. Uh, we're just shooting the shit here. Don't worry about it. We're just shooting it. We're having it's a very laid back live tonight. We're just shooting the shit. I'm sure half of you are sleeping already. I see the same people typing words, and it's like 80 people in here. So I'm assuming most of you are sleeping already. And again, if that's how I can help, I have no problem with that. All right. So let's do this. Let's read somebody, okay? Because it's already 9:44, and I want to try to keep this in an hour. So here's what we're gonna do. If you're new on here, I'm gonna explain this real quick. If you're not new, go get a cup of coffee quick, or pop a chocolate cube from Iceland or something like that. But I'm just explain real quick. I'm going to ask you who you want to connect with, meaning the type of person, mother, father, son, daughter, uncle. That's all I want. Okay. I do direct readings. I do not do spirit led. So I'm not going to throw out a bunch of information and wait for somebody to grab it. I'm going to pick the person. Well, randomly, I'm going to pick the person that I'm going to read. Okay. And I will say your name. When I say your name, I need everybody else to stop typing. That's all. Just stop typing and let that person respond. I need you to respond back with yes in capital letters. It kind of signifies to your guys in mind that I will be attempting to read you and hopefully bring in the person that you want to hear from. That being said, there are no guarantees I will bring in the person you want to hear from. I'm just being nice and I want them, and I'm asking them nicely. So I kind of do. I really say, like, hey, if somebody wants to connect with their mom, I'll say, okay, listen, can their mom step forward, please? That would be really cool. But it doesn't always happen that way. Remember, it's like lightning striking. So mom could be there. Mom could be right around the corner, but I might have dad first or grandfather or, or boyfriend that passed. I don't know who's going to come through. You just have to be open to be able to acknowledge it. That's all. Okay. So I do these a lot on here. I'm going to do one right now. Okay. So names count, health issues, incidents around passing, current events, dates, like that, things like that. Those are all things that they can use to come through with. Okay. And if you ask me what the message is, we're going to have a problem. All right. I'm putting my glasses on now so I can see. And we got Aunt Christine. Christine just wrote Aunt. Okay, so I just grabbed the first one I see. So I'm writing Christine, Aunt, because I will forget her name. And I need Christine to write back yes in capital letters, and I need everybody else to stop typing. That would be cool. You can watch, you can hit the hearts, you can go sign up for my Zoom group on July 28th. But right now I'm reading Christine. Christine just wrote yes. Okay, Christine, I'm going to open up to you energetically. Okay, hold on. All right, let's see. And Christine, if you can respond, when you respond, like if it's something that needs, because we're not talking here, we're just, it's a conversation, but we're not talking. So it's all like through typing, right? Don't rush. I don't care who's watching this, and I don't care if somebody writes something derogatory around it. Just take your time, think about what's coming through, validate it if you can. If you cannot, just write back, I don't know. That's fine. Or I'll write it down or something like that, because I'm okay with that. Because it usually pops up later or makes sense tomorrow. Okay, who's Joan for you, or Joanne, Christine? The, I just saw a name first, so I want to put like Joan or Joanne around you, living or past. They do not have to be past. I don't know what that means. Just show me Joan, like a name like Joan or Joanne, connected to you. So I need to know where that goes. I don't know if they're trying to pull me to a side of the family or they're bringing up something else, but that's the first thing I saw. So I don't feel like I have the person yet that you want to speak to or talk to, but they're showing me Joan or Joanne having a meaning for you or a connection. So I just need to know where that goes. We're kind of like scraping away at it. We're going to try to open up or pierce the veil. All right. And they also are showing me the third of a month having a meaning, like a birthday or an anniversary on the third of a month. You're not sure? That's okay. It's okay. Just write down like Joan, Joanne, JN female, living or past. To show me the third of a month having a meaning, birthday or an anniversary. And they want me to talk about, mm, she's not making me feel like she passed quickly if I have her. I feel like this took a little bit of a time, a little time for the passing, meaning like she was dealing with issues. I feel like more than one issue around her health wise. She's tapping me on the arm. That's my symbol for like more than one issue. It could be two issues, three issues, but it's not just one thing. She's showing me that she showed me the third again. What's the third of a month? Or the number three. The number three has meaning, and it's not about March. They're telling me it's not has nothing to do with the month. It's like the day. So it's either the third of a month or the number three has a meaning. Thinking maybe one of three sisters. No, that's see, that would be a different feeling for me. So I appreciate you saying that, but that's not it. There, I would get children in a different way. They show me like the third. The third has a meaning. It doesn't have to be for her. It's got to be. It's got to make sense for you. Like, oh yeah, the third of a month is blah blah blah, or yes, or the third coming up. It could be something planned for you on the third, but it has to be the third. Okay, just remember I'm saying that. Can you validate for me that she's the one that had more than one issue? Like if she's showing me like a system shutdown, things shutting down around her, like slowly kind of fading out. That's how she's showing it to me. Now, if she's telling me that passed quickly, then we don't have her. I need to know this part first. Multiple issues. Okay, perfect. I want to go back to the JN female around you. She's insisting you're connected to a JN female. And I feel like they're living. Jen, maybe? Joan? Jan? It's like JN female connected to you living. She's using them as a placeholder for me as far as connecting information. That's all it's for. But she's insisting you're connected to a JN female. And she also wants me to bring up somebody currently dealing with a kidney issue. She's showing me somebody dealing with, and it's not a surprise thing here. This would have to be, we're aware of it, we know about it, but she's showing me somebody dealing with something around a kidney. It doesn't have to be super serious either, but I feel like somebody was just dealing with something around a kidney, or is currently dealing with something around a kidney. Possibly another aunt, kidney. Okay. Living? Is that aunt living? The one that possibly could have a kidney issue? Yes. Okay, that's what I want then. And she's showing me. mm, and Chris, are you in healthcare? Because she wants me to put around you like either nurse or doctor, somebody working in a hospital directly in your circle. So if it's not you, it's got to be right around you. And if you're just watching this, I'm just reading Christine. She wants to make a connection with her aunt, or hopefully going to be getting her, like healthcare, beauty provider, and a medical clinic spa. Medical clinic spa. That works. If you're in a medical clinic, I could take that. Yeah, it's around you though, right? Like you're in it. She's telling me that you were connected to the healthcare reference, so I could take that. Now, also to validate that, she's telling me that you have a connection to the Carolinas. Oh, it's a new job? Okay, so just the last 2 weeks. Perfect. So she's highlighting your new job and she wants me to bring up Carolinas around you. I don't know if you're connected to the Carolinas or you have family there or friends, but she's showing me you have a connection there. And if I don't have the Carolinas because we're not talking, we're typing, something around Carol would make sense too. Many American cousins. Okay. All right. So you have family in the Carolinas. Okay, perfect. And 16. She's telling me you know this. The 16th of a month has a meaning too. Birthday or an anniversary when you were connected to the family. Two relatives passed named Carol. I could take that. She's showing me you have a connection to Carolines, the Carolinas, or oh, maybe that's why I was seeing two. The Carolinas. Okay. The Carolinas. Oh my God. Father had birthday on the 16th. Great. Okay, good. We have her. I'm slower than she is. Hold on a second. That's why I was getting the Carolinas. I saw two Carol, like two Carolina. I thought it was the Carolinas. Um, so you wrote dad's past too. Okay. So that would be her way of acknowledging dad or saying she's got dad with her because she's talking about his birthday. Let's see if we can add to that. Uh, okay, Christine, is there a funny story about somebody cutting a tree down in their yard, but it didn't go the way they wanted it to? The feeling would be like trying to cut a tree down, but it fell the wrong way or it fell on something, or it feels like a little bit funny, but not funny. That was dad? Okay. He's because he's showing me like cutting trees down or whatever, and then a tree falling the wrong way, or the chainsaw getting stuck in the tree, but he's like making me feel like I have to bring that up or talk about it. Um, he almost got hit. Okay, that's it. Who's Mike connected to him? Christine? He's telling me he's connected to Mike. Okay, you're thinking so it's either Mike or Mark because it's MK male, but he's making me feel like he had a connection to them. Relative, possibly uncle. Okay. Um, his sister's husband. Perfect. Okay. And somebody, this is weird. Your dad's making me feel, Christine, your dad's making me feel like he has somebody with him. Um, sorry, his aunt's husband. That's okay, as long as we know who it is. This is weird. Somebody choked to death. He's telling me to talk about somebody choking to death. Like, like the airway's blocked. So this is not about like a throat problem. This is like an airway blockage, something blocking the airway or blocking the throat. But they're actually making me feel like this is where this is why they passed. So this to me would be like choking to death or somehow being choked. That would work. Or constriction around the neck. But they're showing me that. And it doesn't have to be his connection. It could be around you or family for you or somebody connected to you passing from like a throat or neck issue. He had a tumor around the neck. Okay. Yeah, he's bringing this up as an issue here. So he passed from lung cancer, but he had a tumor around that. Was the tumor from the lung cancer? Like, did that work its way up? Because he just keeps pointing here. Yes? Okay. So just know that's your dad's way of coming in to say hi. He's also bringing in, what is this? He's got a dog with him. This is a Labrador. I mean, it's simple. I like to get weird dogs, but he's showing me like a Labrador connected to the family. Past. And he's also telling me there's a connection to train. Black dog Jack. What does that mean, black dog Jack? Is it a black lab? His parents' dog. Um, yes. Okay, good. Because I breeds are my thing. So if it's not a lab, I can't take it. He showed me like having the lab with him. That would be his way of saying parents are with him as well. And he's telling me there's a connection to railroad too. So around him, who worked on the railroad? I just heard choo choo. think trains, but not passenger. So either somebody worked on the trains, they worked for the, railroad company, or they worked on something around trains. He worked on an oil rig, but my mother lived beside a train track growing up. That's it. All right, so that's always my other thing is either that or somebody lived next to a train track. And I don't mean like 5 blocks down. It has to be like right on their property because it makes me feel like I'm on the train every day or I'm dealing with the train every day, but I'm not a passenger. So I would take that if mom lived on the tracks. That would be his way of saying hello to her or bringing her up. I'm not saying mom's passed. I'm just saying that's his way of bringing her up. And mm, so how close though? That doesn't fit then. I hate to be a pain in the ass, but unless their house is like right next to the train track, I really can't take it. So this would have to be like somebody working on trains, collected trains. I would take that too, but they're showing me trains. Close to a track is not close enough. It has to be like walk out my door and there's a train, like in the backyard or on the side of the yard. That's the only way I could take a train reference around the family, other than working with trains. So remember, I'm saying that something around trains. He's bringing up on his side of the family though. Oh, that would be mom for sure. Okay, good. That's it then. That's his way of bringing her up. And your aunt is telling me that she was the nice one. Um, that's okay. Hold on. Do you have cats, Chris? If I have her, she said, "Do you have cats? Like more than one cat?" She wants me to say hello to the what I would call is like the cat lady, somebody that has like two or three. Okay, that's it. Your aunt's saying hello to you. She's telling me you got more than one cat, and she's telling me that she's the nice one. Or you have five. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. She's like, talk about the cat lady. Um, she's letting me know that she's the one that I don't want to say ahead of her time, but she's making me feel like in life she was the person that was kind of cool. I don't know how else to put it, but she's got a cool feeling. Like you could talk about things around her. She would make me laugh. I feel like she would laugh. She's also waving to the Leo. So who's Leo? End of July, beginning of August birthday. She's waving to Leo living, which means they're connected to you here. July 29th. You okay? Hold on. No. Yeah. I'm sorry. Woo, I almost lost it there. End of July, beginning of August. Leo. So she's waving to you. Just please know that's her way of coming through with your dad. I think she wanted to get your dad in here. That's why I was a little slow in the beginning because I was like, I wasn't feeling where I was going with this. But once your dad came in, it like kind of fell in place. Okay. So please know they're together and that's their way of coming through for you. I hope this helped a little bit. Okay. And she's got a thumb up. She's definitely somebody that was, I would consider ahead of their time in things. All right. That's how she's making me feel. Like you would see like an older woman back then be a certain way, and she's making like not me. Like she like broke the mold. Does that make sense? So those two are close. Okay. And I don't want you to yes me to death. I want you to just you could say no. The feeling is like she's kind of different than other people her age. That's how she makes me feel. Uh, she was a businesswoman, independent, no kids, but married and traveled. Perfect. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. So please know that's your way of coming through to say hi. Okay. I appreciate you allowing me to read you tonight. All right. Cool. All right. I'm breaking away. All right. That was great. I really felt like she wanted to get your dad in. I don't know why, but that's why I always tell people, you could say who we want to connect with. I'll try my best to get that person in, but I have to go where the energy takes me. So she definitely want your dad to come in first, or just get your dad to say hello. Oh, you're more than welcome. And again, these are brief readings. When I do private readings, they're like 75 minutes long. So, all right, cool. So, guys, I'm going to be on here. When am I going to be on here again? Today's Sunday, right? So, I'll probably like Tuesday or Wednesday. Am I reading this week? Yes, I'm reading this week. I read Wednesday and Thursday. Um, I'll be on again. Okay. You guys know the deal. I appreciate you being here tonight. This is really cool. I was happy to read for Christine. Is it I guess it's Christine or Kristen. I can't tell. It was Christine. Uh, and if you get a chance, go check out if you have TikTok. Go check out the post I put up. They're a real smart ass post. Um, and I will see you guys soon. All right, everybody, take care. Have a great week. We'll see you on Wednesday or Thursday. I'll be live on TikTok as well. Happy Aura helpers. My other half woke up while you read. Just FYI. Oh, okay, that's good to hear. All right, everybody, have a great night. I will talk to you soon, and take care.